Welcome to the Body Renewal course. This video, we're going to address a common ailment, lower back pain. And to address this, we're going to work on strengthening our core and our glutes to find neutral spine. Okay, this is the fundamental exercise that you will then use throughout your whole practice, whether it's Pilates, yoga, gym, strength training, whatever. Neutral spine is the absolute base. Okay, so we're going to start by getting our hands on our front hip bones and the thumbs maybe to the back hip bones. Just relaxing, tilting the spine forward and back. So see how I've got that nice bendiness in my back, just letting it arch through. Now this is just to kind of find and assess our own postural type. You might be a little bit military where your default is this. Obviously I'm exaggerating. Or you might be a sway back where your default is this. In any case, just get that mobility through the hips first. So we want to do this about 6 to 8 times. And then once we've done that, we'll find the sweet spot, which is right in the middle, basically. You want to feel glutes nice and tight, lower abs tight. So we're strong and stable here through the hips. We're zipped up through the core nice and tall. Now, this is hard to kind of feel when you're standing. So we're going to apply that to a kneeling position. Good. So let's get down onto our mat, onto our knees, hands on the hips, a little bit of a tilt forward, tilt back, and then find the midway point, glutes nice and tight, lower abs engaged. Zip up tall and straight. That's it. Chin up, gaze forward. So hands by hip pockets. You want to keep the whole body stable. First of all, we're just going to lift the arms up, swing the arms out, back in and down. So what we're doing here is called limb disassociation. Basically, the movements of our arms are not hindering the position of the body, right? So in other words, we're not, doing this kind of thing. So everything stays nice and tight and we're swinging and opening. So we're going to do this with the arms maybe about 6 or 8 times. Then we're going to go into a kneeling tilt back. So with the tilt, we bring our hands by the side of the hips. Hinge point is only from the knees, and we keep and maintain this and this, glutes and lower abs. Good, and we just tilt back, nice and easy, nice and slow, and tilt forward. Now, if you're getting to a point and you start to struggle and that posture starts to, reset back to its old ways, then you're probably gone far enough. So in that instance, you're just going to limit the range of motion. So smaller tilts. Good. So practice that first, once again, 6 to 8 reps. And then we'll bring the limbs into the mix. So arms out forward, same movement, hinge point at the knees, tilting back, keep those glutes and lower abs switched on, keeping that perfect neutral spine. On the tilt back, you will start to feel the glutes switch on a little bit, and that's good. It's what we want. So we just keep our breath flow nice and even. Tilt back from the knees and tilt forward. The next step, we're going to add rotation. So bring the hands together without collapsing the hips. Turn, look over your shoulder to one side, bring that elbow with you, turn back forward. Now make sure it doesn't collapse like this. So we've got to still keep that core engagement and glute engagement, but just allow a little opening rotation on one side, and you should feel the right glute flex more than the left. Good, and then just work that back again. So we'll do both sides, little twist, side and forward. Now to make this harder, just simply create a longer lever, straighter arms, twist, back and forth. Good. Now we add the next layer where we'll tilt and twist, back forward, all the while maintaining neutral spine. Tilt and twist and forward. And once again, longer lever, good, and more range. After a while, you're really going to feel the glutes, and you should still feel the abs. Good. So once we've done that round, that's it for that. Just shake it off, relax. We're now going to apply this movement into our plank. So same straight body, glutes, hips forward, lower abs, core, everything nice and tall, straight, head in line with your posture, arms out. So we just take that forward into our kneeling plank. Good. Now before we start this, let's just let the back fully relax, open the chest and look to the ceiling. A little bit of a stretch first. Once again, get those hips to loosen, bend the hips back, sit down onto our heels, into our child's pose, swing forward into our baby cobra. So just in between exercises, give yourself time to stretch out again and feel that hip joint relax. Okay, and then bring it back to the core fundamentals. Find the sweet spot with the hips. Tighten the glutes, swing the hips forward, open the chest. Now this time in the plank, we're just going to hold it. So we're doing our hold here for about 20 seconds. Keep tightening the glutes. Keep tightening those lower abs. If you start to get a little bit of this, bring it back. Glutes, core, nice straight spine, head in line. And just hold. Always breathe when you're doing your planks, by the way. Good. So holding that for another 3, 2, and 1. Good. Relax. Come out of that position. Good. So that one should have really got your core going and your glutes. Now I want to focus on just the glutes. Give the back another chance to rest. Forearms come here to the mat. We're on our knees. The back is in a really nice, relaxed position here. We're going to lift the one leg up with the knees staying bent and gradually lift the heel to the ceiling. This is going to switch our glutes on and open up our hip flexors, which is another vital part of the core mechanism, is having nice, loose hip flexors that aren't inhibiting that pelvic range and hence core activation. So nice and slow, we're going to lift one heel up towards the ceiling and then switch to the other leg, one heel up to the ceiling, keeping our forearms braced on the mat. Now notice how I'm moving really, really super slow here. That's it. So we've got absolute control with those legs. By the end of this set, you're really going to feel the glutes activated. Now you probably want to count to about 20. So you want about 10 reps on each leg. For the purpose of the video, I'll just finish up there. Good. Now we're going to take this to the next level. We're going to go into our full plank. Stay on the forearms here. Slide those knees back. Swing those hips forward. Engage the glutes and the core. Open the chest and lift the chin. The head is in line with the spine. Push forward over those shoulders. Flex, brace, lift the knees and lift those hips up. Now flex your quads as well. So we've got glutes, quads, core, back. The hips, you don't want to lift up too much, but you don't want them slumped here. So you want to just find that balance, find that perfect straight line plank, and then the slightest half-inch lift of the hips, just to make sure that lower back is stable. Keep scanning through your body and recorrecting lower abs and glutes. Bit of weight over those shoulders. That's it. Swing those hips forward, but slightly up. Breathe, and then for 3, 2, 1, we relax onto our knees. Good. Always finish off your routine with a nice little stretch before we move on into the next bit. So back into child's pose and relax the lower back, glutes, and just swing side to side. Cool.